We are in a very precarious position financially within the city of Glen Cove. We're almost on the fiscal cliff, and we're at a point of almost no return if we don't start changing course regarding how we do business and how we budget. State Comptroller just announced not too long ago that the city of Glen Cove, unfortunately, is the most fiscally stressed city in all of New York State. The first priority really is to start implementing the recommendations of the State Comptroller, Thomas DiNapoli, such as when we have an operating budget, not utilizing debt for our normal operating budget expenses. So fundamentally, we have to change course as far as how we operate our budget, and I'm definitely willing to do that. Now, with that said, what I'd like to do is to actually reduce spending within the city of Glen Cove and within our budget. In addition to that, I'd also like to reduce our taxes because at the end of the day, our residents and our commercial businesses are really having a difficult time trying to make ends meet. So that is one of the things that I'd like to bring to the table financially. We must change course. Reggie, my opponent, has not changed course in the past 2 years. And I just have a different vision for the city of Glen Cove, but it starts at the very fundamental level, with implementing these recommendations that the State Comptroller has recommended.
When I took office in January of 2014, the city had $64 million in debt. I've reduced the debt by $2 million each year. Now, as far as one of the things in a budget, budgets are really expense-based. And one of the good things, and one of the things most municipalities need to do that they ignore is grow the revenue, because each year the expenses certainly exceed the revenue. Contractual obligations. This year alone, I have $1.5 million in contractual obligations. The benefits, the fringe benefits alone went up $650,000. Contractual increases for CSEA, for union workers, went up another $420,000. The debt service varies. That went up another $300,000 this year. Additionally, there are other things that people don't know about. The city has obligations now. There's this new 2% cap on an increase with the utilities. The city had to make up another $175,000 in taxes. So I'm growing the revenue by bringing new development into Glen Cove. I've started single stream recycling, which is going to reduce our MSW, and for every 10% we save, that'll save us about $100,000 a year. Also, our fines on illegal housing, we've brought in over $250,000 a year. So last year I was pretty creative. We had some outstanding lawsuits. I grouped that in, brought in an extra $1 million. But you have to maintain. You can't have just one-shot revenue. So with new development and growing our tax base and managing the expenses like we always do. Actually, last year I put out a voluntary retirement separation plan, which actually will save the city $1 million over the next 3 years. So. And what I did at the same time with that, I was able to create 22 promotions and lower the amount of pay and improve the services at the same time. So there's a lot of initiatives that I brought about that I'll continue to do, and it's just being a smart business manager, and that's the way that we're going to keep Glen Cove moving forward.